Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a video dedicated to the new Glam Reflection palettes by BH Cosmetics. I actually got this one last week in the mail. This is the Gilded Palette, but these three, I think I got them like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I've been using these quite a bit. So I have thoughts. This is not first impressions. Like I've been using these palettes and I have some strong opinions about them. So we are going to talk about them today. I'm going to show you how they apply, how they wear, create a look. I'm going to swatch them for you, and we're going to talk all about them, how much they cost, all that good stuff. So if you guys would like to see all 4 palettes and learn all of the details, then keep on watching. Hello. My base is on, my foundation, bronzer, blush, all that stuff. We're obviously focusing on the eyes, so I'm just going to jump right in. I'm going to start by priming my lids. I'm going to use this primer. It's so crazy. I stopped using eyeshadow primer for like a long time because I was just using concealer to prime. And I don't know, lately I've been kind of going back to priming my lids here and there. But seriously, the best eyeshadow primer is still this one from Urban Decay. And I have been using this eyeshadow primer for so many years. Okay, so I want to get into the palettes with you guys. The first one I want to show you is the Gilded Palette, because I'm going to grab this bone shade right here and I'm going to just set my primer with that. I just want to do that right quick before it creases, and then we'll get into the palettes. Okay, I have 4 palettes and they're so dirty. Hold on. That's a little better. I wiped them down with makeup wipes. They have this beautiful mirrored packaging, and the Gilded one I actually just got last week. These 3 I got a couple of weeks ago, and I featured them in an Instagram video. When I first got them, I was like, oh my god, these are so beautiful. This is the Rosé palette. So the front of this one is kind of like a pink. And these shadows are just so freaking beautiful. I'm going to insert swatches here so you can see. The shadows do not have names, which is the only thing I wish that they did, because when you're talking about a palette and I want to refer to a shade, it would be nice to have a name to refer to. And the other thing about this palette that it was kind of weird to me is these 2 shades are very, very similar. Like, they're almost the same shade. I don't know why they did that. But aside from that, the pigmentation is amazing. They're so blendable. They're buttery. They're not dry at all. They're just amazing. They're not patchy. So I love this one for like a soft, kind of a softer look. There are 15 colors in each palette, and they're a combination of shimmers and mattes. So like in this palette, all the center shades are mattes, and then they have shimmery shadows on the outside. So this one is super pretty. The next one is the L'Amour palette. L'Amour. And this one is the other one that I was like, oh my god, I die. I love this palette. Like, when I look at it, it just makes me so happy. Like, I get so excited and inspired to create something. And again, the formula on these are amazing. They have several matte shades, a couple of shades that have a little bit of sparkle in them, but nothing too crazy. And then they have like super shimmery shades. Some like more satin shades over here, and then these have like glitter in them. So there's a good mix. You can do like a more wearable day look, but I feel like, I mean, if you're gonna do anything in this palette, like this palette makes me want to do something like more dramatic, you know what I mean? So again, I'm going to insert swatches so that you guys can see the same thing. They're blendable, they are buttery, they are pigmented, and they're just beautiful. The next one is the Smoky Palette, and this one has a silver cover. Obviously you saw this one had a red cover. And when you open it up, these are just like cooler, more smoky colors, hence the name Smoky Palette. There are some bronzier shades. I love this shade. It's like a coppery, just beautiful shade. I don't know if the camera is even going to do this justice. Am I in focus? Yes. So yeah, like just so pretty. I haven't played with this palette too much. I have tried some of these shimmery shades. Like I've used those, but I haven't really gone into these other deeper shades. I don't know why. Whenever I do a smoky eye, I tend to gravitate towards warmer colors. Like I'll do a cranberry smoky eye or like a burnt orange smoky eye, but like I never do like true smoky eye. Maybe that's something I need to do just to like get out of my comfort zone, because sometimes it's just good to do that. Or like a blue smoky eye, like that would be way outside my comfort zone, but maybe fun. Lastly, I already showed you my favorite of the bunch is the Gilded, and the cover on this one is gold, and this palette is just everything I ever wanted in my life and then some. There really isn't anything that I wish this palette had that it doesn't. Like, it has plenty of transition colors. It's got a brow bone, a color you can set your brow on, and then the shimmers in here are just, these shimmers are so stunning, you guys. I mean, this color, oh, and then this color, it's like a reflective pinky gold. It's just, oh, that's my favorite. It's pink, but it's gold. It's like a duochrome. There's a shade in the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. It's pretty much my favorite eyeshadow that I've ever used in my life. And this is just like that. And then that red, bronzy, ugh, so good. I love. And then this color here, this sort of reminds me of that Fenty highlighter. It's yellow gold, but like with a hint of like green undertones to it. Just ridiculously stunning. Inserting swatches so you guys can see. And today I'm going to create a look with this one out of the others, because on my Instagram I actually created a look using the other palettes. So today I wanted to use this one, and we're gonna just get in there and make something happen. If I sound like sniffly or nasally, I am still battling that sinus thing I had. So I'm gonna start out with this color right here for my transition shade. And I'm just going in with my Luxie 229 brush. Am I making a ton of noise? I'm sorry. Alright, so I'm just going to apply that into the crease. To warm up the crease a little bit, I'm going in with this orangey shade. And I'm using the same exact brush, and I'm just going to go right on top. And then I'm just going to take a clean, fluffy brush, and I'm just going to buff out the edges of that. Next, to define the crease, I am taking this Morphe 519 brush, and I'm going to go into this brown color right here. It's kind of like a milk chocolate brown. And I'm just going to apply that directly into my crease. This brush is super tapered, so it's easy to deposit the color right in the crease without spreading it up into the transition shade. So good. I'm going to then take the brush that I applied the transition shades, and I'm going to just kind of go over those edges so that they blend. Next, with my Zoeva 231 brush, I'm going to go into this deep dark chocolate brown color. And I am going to just apply that to the outer V. And then I'm going to blend it up into the crease. And then I'm going back in with my transition color brush. and just buffing out the edges. I would like to point out that I have not a stitch of fallout. And that color is super dark. And yeah, there's no fallout at all, which is so impressive. Okay, so with my teeny tiny Kevin Aquan brush and the LA Girl Pro Conceal, I'm going to cut the crease. I'm going to take some concealer just on the back of my hand. And I love this little brush because it's so tiny. It's so easy to do this. I'm just going to take that bone color in the palette and just kind of set that. Okay, so my camera shut off, but all I basically did was I took this concealer brush and I wet it and I applied this pink duochrome gold shade, my favorite shade, and I just applied that all over this whole area that I applied the cut crease on both sides. And I feel like, let me turn my lights down for a second because I really just do not feel that this camera is picking up like the beautifulness of this shade right now. Like, you turn your head, it looks pink. You turn your head the other way, it looks gold. It's just so stunning. All right, back to lights. So I'm actually going to take this color here, this bronzy, I don't even know what you would call this shade. It's like reddish, bronzy, cranberry beautifulness. And I'm going to spray that with some Fix Plus as well. And I'm just going to go over the section where this dark brown and the lighter shade meet. And I'm just going to place it right on top. Okay, just because I feel like being extra, I am going to then take this color here, which is a very coppery shade. I'm not wetting my brush on this one, and I'm just going to put that on the edges of that deeper color and the duochrome color. Just so there's like this beautiful ombre situation, and you don't know where one color stops and the other one begins, you know what I mean? I will say that I'm not liking how they are sitting over that primer. The last time I used these, I did it with concealer. This primer is like wrinkly on my lid. I don't know what's happening right now. That's weird. It didn't do that to me before. So I don't know why it's doing that, but it's okay. We're going to keep it moving. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm just going to repeat the crease colors. I'm going to go in with this transition. Then I'm going to pile this guy on top and then this one in the outer corner. And I'm just using this dome-shaped synthetic brush from Vanity Planet. Okay, so I am just going to throw on my liner, lashes, finish the look, and I will be right back. Okay, so lashes are on. It all came together. It usually does. I do want to talk about the new brushes that I got also from BH Cosmetics. This is what they look like because I've been using them. It's the Sculpt and Blend Fan Faves 10-piece brush set special edition. And I have been using them, and these are the ones that I like the most, or that I've been using the most. I have been loving this one for like nose contour. It's an angled brush. This one I've been using for eye primer, and this one to blend out cream contour. This one also to blend out cream contour. This one to sharpen up lines, like right here, and maybe like on the nose, whatever. This one here I've been using for bronzer, but I also like it for like dusting off your bake, or even blush maybe. But it's tapered, so that's why I kind of have been liking it for bronzing. But my favorite out of all of them has been, hands down, this guy right here. This is the number 140, and this is the highlighter brush. I'm obsessed with this brush, you guys. I explain to you why it's just so great. Like, I love how it applies highlight. So I'm going to show you now. I'm going to be applying my highlight. I'm using two of my current favorite highlighters. These are from Pop. These highlighters are just, I can't tell you how freaking amazing they are. They're probably better than any of my high-end, any of my drugstore, any of all of my everything. They're just so good. And I just love these two colors. This one is a little bit more peach toned. This one's a little bit more champagne. So I've kind of been liking mixing the two of them together and just popping them on. These are not super glittery. They're just sort of, they are very wet looking, but they give you this beautiful sheen. I know this video is not about these highlights, but I can't get enough. I love them so much. But look at this brush, like how it's applying. And I only put the champagne color one on my nose, not the peach color one. I only mix for the purposes of my cheeks. Same thing for Cupid's bow. If you put a peachy one, it looks weird. On me anyway, my skin tone. But like, I don't know, this brush, it's giving it to me. Love it! So I'm also going to take a little detailed shader, and I'm taking the champagne color, which is called Gilded, and I'm just going to pop that into my inner corner. This eye look is just, I'm living. And it's not something that I would normally do. This is not like an eye look that I would have thought to create, but like that palette is just, it's so good. I'm kind of glad that there's not like a ton of warm shades in there, because those are the shades I would have leaned to. The way that the palettes are set up, they kind of, they're set up to help inspire you, I feel like. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just, they inspire me. Yeah, I'm kind of living, breathing, dying for this eye look. That's all I have to say. So, I am going to go ahead and do a lip, and I will be right back and give you my final thoughts and a few more details about the palettes. And yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished makeup look. I'm kind of living for this lip also. I just want to say this is called Varnished Rosewood from L'Oreal. I just got these in. These are the Color Riche Shine lipsticks. I believe these palettes are $15.99. Let me just double check on that. No, these palettes are $10. $10. You need these in your life. The Gilded one for sure. If I had to pick, that would be the one. It's so beautiful, but like they're all so amazing. The brushes are that whole set is $15. I will say that I just think that BH Cosmetics is just really stepping up their game, which I just think is so amazing. I remember when they were first starting out. I remember getting gifted very, very early on in my channel. Actually, I don't even know if my channel was a channel yet. I might have just been blogging at the time, but I did feature them on a blog post like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, and it was very basic makeup. And now it's just, I feel like they have come a long way, and they're putting out some really great stuff, and these eyeshadow palettes are just so good. I love them. And for the price, for $10, I mean, you cannot beat it. BH Cosmetics is sold on Ulta, but I don't think these palettes are on Ulta.com. Let me just double check. Yeah, no, they're carrying a limited number of things on Ulta for BH Cosmetics, like the Carly Bible palette, the It's My Ray Ray palette, the Shan XO palette. Those are all there. But these palettes are not there, and I don't know why, because they are amazing. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. And if you guys have tried this palette, leave me a comment. Let me know what any of these palettes, all of them, any of them, leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you like them as much as I do? And if you haven't tried them, are you interested in trying them? And which one kind of piqued your interest the most? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on social. I am on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. My handle is @GlamLatte. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.